Hi everyone. On our show, The Happiness Project on Kappa TV, I often ask my guests, what is your happiness? And every time I get a different answer. For some, it is sitting and chatting with their friends, while for others, it is food, and many seek happiness in travel. This was very surprising indeed. Clearly, happiness meant different things for different people. And you know what? Everyone who writes to me on Instagram or Facebook wants to know what is my happiness. Of course, I'll answer that question, but that'll be at the end of the video. You have to stay tuned till the end for that. Here in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can go about creating happiness in your lives. You heard it right, creating happiness. That's what psychologists the world over are telling us. They all say that happiness is a choice. How we can choose to be happy is what the trick is all about. You can choose to be happy even in the most trying of circumstances. For all of you who are new to the channel, I'm Dhanya Verma. I'm a talk show host based out of Kochi, Kerala. In this channel, I share with you ideas and thoughts that could enrich you personally and professionally. In case you like the other videos on my channel, do remember to subscribe and share it with your friends and family. So let's get started. Psychologists define happiness as an emotional state that involves joy, contentment, fulfillment, and satisfaction. When someone says they are happy, they are essentially talking about the present moment, or they could be talking about life in general. So basically, happiness involves a balance of emotions because all of us experience both positive and negative emotions, feelings, and moods. Happiness is generally linked with experiencing more positive feelings than negative. It is also very closely linked to life satisfaction, which means basically what are these things which are important to you, your relationships, your work, your achievements, etc., etc. So how do you feel about these achievements or these parts of your life that you consider very important? So the psychologists did not stop there. They went ahead and tried to measure happiness as well. And that is what is called happiness quotient. Now, happiness quotient is a model by which people can objectively judge their level of happiness or the happiness aspects. These aspects are called happiness quotients. Essentially, there are about 7 happiness quotients: emotional happiness, physical happiness, social happiness, intellectual happiness, occupational happiness, environmental happiness, and spiritual happiness. So first up is emotional happiness. A big contributor to emotional happiness is what you call love. Love does not necessarily mean romantic love. It could be love from family, friends, siblings, everything adds up. Conversely, you could also choose to elevate your emotional happiness by loving someone sincerely. Another aspect to emotional happiness is how you manage your own emotions. Every day we go through a range of emotions. How you control your emotions also controls your level of happiness. Happiness is not a result of things that happen around you. It's actually a result of your mindset, how you interpret those situations and manage your emotions accordingly. Let's not underplay emotions because emotions play a big role in our lives. In fact, emotions trigger our behavior and as a result affect everything that happens around you, your interpersonal relationships, your career, your work, your family, everything. So learning to manage emotions can take you a long way ahead, and that's called emotional intelligence. I will make another video on emotional intelligence later. Physical happiness is the kind of happiness when you get when your body is as healthy as it can be and you are at your physical best. It's the top of the game feeling you get when your body functions great, it feels great and looks great. Now, there are a lot of physical activities that can give you that kind of happiness: walking, cycling, all kinds of exercise, essentially dancing, eating, and even sex. But if you pay attention to your physical activity and incorporate some kind of a physical routine every day of your life, well, that's going to boost your happiness levels. And how? Now let's get to social happiness. Now, how can you elevate your social happiness? By surrounding yourself with the right kind of people who energize you, elevate your mind, make you feel loved and comfortable. Now, whether it's hanging out with friends or family members or people at work, you have to choose the people that you surround yourself with very carefully. This also involves community-based activities where people go out of their little confines of their houses and move out to the community and help the community at large. Occupational happiness. Is your job making you happy or unhappy? Is there anything that you can do to change the situation around, or do you really have to leave your job? Are you someone who suffers from Monday blues? Now think about it. According to World Health Organization, most of their people spend 1/3 of their adult life at their workplace. So it is very important that your occupation is something that is at least pleasant and that you can endure for a long time. So how do you improve upon your occupational happiness? By constantly engaging in activities that challenge you at your workplace, by ensuring that you're surrounded by a set of people in your team who inspire and motivate you, or taking on additional skills or roles by talking to your boss. Intellectual happiness. Intellectual happiness is what one derives from problem solving, analyzing, reading and learning. Well, I'm one of those lucky few who derives intellectual happiness from the job as well, but many are not that lucky. So you have to look for intellectual happiness outside your work. So what do you do to stimulate your brain, give you that mental high? I've seen people in Mumbai, local trains, regular office goers engage in crosswords, Sudoku, etc. That's an example of intellectual happiness. Similarly, in our local chai kadas, you see people discuss world politics. That's how they derive their intellectual happiness. How can you engage in intellectual happiness and elevate your intellectual happiness levels? Well, learning new skills, learning new languages, or traveling also can be a way of increasing your intellectual happiness levels. Well, before I forget, let me remind you that if you have liked this video so far, do remember to give me a thumbs up. Environmental happiness. How does your environment elevate your level of happiness? Do you live in a calm, peaceful, green place, or do you live in a city which is plagued by pollution? Now, you would have seen people from Mumbai venture out to the nearby hill stations for nature trails, treks, etc. That's an example of satisfying your environmental happiness quotient levels. Now, if you own an electric car, that is one way of contributing towards environmental happiness for yourself and for others. Or maybe engaging the community in a cleanup drive against plastic waste. That is also another way to satisfy your environmental happiness quotient. Spiritual happiness. Everybody talks about spirituality, but many a time confuse it with religion. In my understanding, spirituality is about finding that connection with a higher power. You can call it God, nature, universe, or whatever. And recognizing that what connects you to the higher power also connects you to others. Now, you could be a Muslim, Hindu, Christian, or an atheist, and you could still be spiritual, because it's all about that connection that you have with everyone and everything around you. So when you talk about spiritual happiness, you need to identify what are the core values and beliefs that you have, and what are the actions and the deeds that you can follow up with that align with these beliefs and values. When you're able to live your life in alignment with your beliefs and your deeds, that's where you will derive your fulfillment and purpose and meaning in life. Now, when you go through all these happiness quotients, you very well understand why the guests on our show, The Happiness Project, had very different things that gave them happiness and fulfillment. Now, of all these happiness quotients, there will be certain happiness quotients that speak to you. So you focus on them and elevate them and choose to make your life happier. Okay, so as I had promised, I come to the part where I talk about my happiness. What is my happiness? My happiness is essentially finding joy in little things, whether it is walking in the mornings or spending time with my children, reading a book, traveling, or even creating this video. Every little thing on a daily basis that gives me joy, I find happiness in it. So guys, I really hope that you found this video useful, and now you know ways to create happiness in your life. If you found this video useful, do remember to like, share and subscribe. Do remember to share it with your friends and family. And I hope you will take good care of yourselves. I'll be back with a fresh new video on this channel very soon. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy and stay happy.